Do you remember the good old days? Back when anime came out and people just enjoyed it? You know, Ninja Scroll will come out and it would blow your fucking mind. I remember when Ghost in the Shell was on Sci-Fi Channel. It was a revelation. These sort of things just came and they were critically acclaimed. Akira. Wow. You know you're getting old when you look at things and you think, God, I miss the old days. So as time progresses on and things become more progressive, or as I like to call them, oppressive. It's progressive oppressive. It's a very interesting idea. It's when liberal people have so much power that they themselves become the fascists they hate. Sci-Fi Channel, the new Sci-Fi Channel, instead of it being spelled sci-fi the way that we all knew and loved back when Sci-Fi Channel was at least decent, and they played things like Akira and Ghost in the Shell, we now have Sci-Fi, S-Y-F-Y. It's edgy. It's hip. It's new. Yes! I feel it deep in my fucking bowels. How trendy and interesting it is.
Backstage, Ricky and Indra line up, concerned that their partner Katie won't arrive in time for them to take the stage.
I'm nervous that she isn't here. I'm nervous to have to get on stage.
I'm reading something from Fangirls. There's no I in girls? What? Girl. Fangirls. Geek like a girl. I guess it's supposed to be like grr, you know, like girls.
Good, baby, very good.
Like they're tigers. Ugh. Feisty. But then you find out that they're more like whiny, annoying house cats and have to have bottled water, and they constantly mew incessantly to the point of where you think, if I had a gun, I'd shoot you and skin you myself. But that's something to do with my own home life. This article is called The Troubling Relationship Between Anime and Fascism. Oh boy. You could already tell where it's going. This Michelle, I don't even know her last name, so let's just keep it to Michelle. Despite the edgy fangirls with a grr in it, it's pretty much the same old song and dance. This slightly offends me. Oh no, it's not progressive enough. Oh, why is Japan like this? You know what's weird about people who are like, you know, really liberal? They're all for freedom of speech and to express yourself and to be culturally tolerant. But the second that culture doesn't coincide with their ideals, they do not like that culture and it needs to motherfucking change. And Japan is pretty much saying, suck a dick, you faggot. And then everybody's like, the Japanese said the F word. And you did a very racist Asian person. Oh, I'm gonna puke, you bastard. I wanted to watch a nice anime about people encountering gigantic fruit. Well, you could always read James and the Giant Peach. I'm pretty sure there's nothing in that could be seen as oppressive or fascist or sexist. But then again, I don't know. A boy living inside of a giant peach may offend women somehow in today's world. At least that's how I was first exposed to ACCA 13, Territory Inspector Department, an anime series extensively about an investigator investigating a possible conspiracy to overthrow the government. When AAC first popped up on my social media feeds, the portrayal of fruit, enormous and appetizing, caught my eye. The food-focused anime is one of my favorite genres. Intrigued, I fired up Roku, clicked on the Crunchyroll app, and settled to watch the first episode of ACCA. Is anybody else getting a feeling that this chick has like a fetish for food? She could possibly be hungry, but like she's on such a diet, she has to watch people eat food on anime. She later on says, I struggled through the first episode, not because the plot was boring, which it is. AAC is incredibly boring. Don't waste your time.
副課長の分はないです。
何かあったの？うちのが廃止だって。
え？
No, 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 no! No!
But Gundam, the manga's very good. And I don't give a shit. It's boring. It's not for me. If there's anything that this chick should have been upset with, is how slow-paced the show is and how uninteresting it is. It's just so blah. That's what the article should have been, instead of what it is about. Or because the characters are bland, they were actually quite charming. I have a feeling she's a very boring girl, because this show is boring. My shallow hang-up was the uniforms. Each government worker was clad in a black outfit, stylish and sharp, with a hint of red near the shoulders, and echoes an SS officer uniform. Well, you got to give it to Hugo Boss. They did design the Nazi outfits. I mean, if you're really that upset with Nazis, you probably don't want to drive in a Ford, because Henry Ford supported the Nazi party. Hitler even had a gigantic poster or painting of Ford in his office. And Hitler gave him the Iron Cross, I believe, wasn't it? Like some sort of reward. And Hitler was quoted to say, "Heinrich Ford is my inspiration." Ford also wrote the book called The International Jew, The World's Problem. You know, a little history for you, my dear sweet Michelle. Like, the anime itself, if you were really looking for it, you're like, oh, ooh, this really looks kind of Nazi, but they also look like fucking bellhops. You know? Like, I'm looking at them and I get bellhop. Yes, you can see Nazi if you really look at it, but I'm thinking everybody's a fucking bellhop because that's how boring these fuckers are. But you know, Nazis. This detail, seemingly superfluous, yanked me right out of my suspension of disbelief and my enjoyment of the anime. The setting is clearly not World War II area Germany. The characters aren't portrayed as evil, and yet the imagery turned my stomach. Good God. It's just an anime. And they're wearing uniforms. But Jesus Christ, if this is turning your stomach, my God, the life you must lead. I mean, seriously. I wonder how many things trigger this woman in her day. I would be interested to know. Because if this little anime turns your stomach because of their outfits, I can only imagine what Goblin Slayer would do to this poor girl. She'd probably get PTSD and have to be admitted into a hospital for psychiatric evaluation because her perception of reality would just shatter. What is this? This is journalism. This is her career. This is why, this is why I'm popular. It's not because I'm that awesome or anything. It's just because the alternatives are so shite, as they say in England. I think I could get away with saying it that way, and YouTube won't hit me with the ban hammer or anything. It's because all of the media outlets that actually pay people to do a job basically constantly push some sort of... This is kind of social justice-y, isn't it? It's like, oh, anime's full of fascism because of these things, and I'm drawing conclusions. I mean, Texas sharpshooter fallacy is a perfect sort of analogy. She later says, "It dawned on me that I wouldn't feel comfortable seeing people cosplay as these characters, and I deleted this series from my watch list." My God, the poor girl barely survived this horrible ordeal. Oh, could someone please send her a fruit basket? I'm sure that she probably had a tough time making it into work the next day to write shitty articles like this. I'm not really comfortable seeing half-naked chicks cosplay all the time, but you know what? Suck a dick. In the sense of, I'm not like turned off by it, but it's just like, you know why they're doing it. They want attention. They want to be seen. They want people to think they're hot. And the second some dude comes up and goes, "You're hot," they're like, "Get away from me, you sexist. Just because my titties are out doesn't mean I want you to tell me my titties are out." I need to remake Billy Joel's "We Didn't Start the Fire." It'll be me in a kitchen, snorting coke, singing the damn tune, while clips of Amaranth dances in the background, just to show you what a dystopian nightmare we now live in. Was my reaction petty? Should I have just powered through the series? Even if the uniforms offended me, other anime fans were able to watch this without getting upset, so why couldn't I? Perhaps most importantly, why do a considerable number of anime series have Nazi exploits? I don't know, and who cares? All right, don't go to Japan, my dear. You know there's Nazi-themed bars in Japan. Horror of horrors! God help us all! How can I sleep knowing that these things exist?
The poor children.
Oh, good God. It's just anime. It's just Japan. Japan does weird shit. They come up with tentacle porn. It's Japan. Good God. You weren't even really interested in anime in the first place. You were looking for fruit anime. and you found out that this anime lured you in because it has a problem with identity issues. The anime doesn't even know what the fuck it wants to be itself. So it's like throwing shit out there, hoping to snag some people in. What's up with anime and fascism anyway? One of the most popular anime series in recent years, Attack on Titans, takes place within a walled city whose citizens are dominated by a militaristic government, and the main character, Ian Jagger, joins the elite army corps tasked with the destruction of gigantic, ravenous, human-like creatures called Titans. The government controls every aspect of life in the city. You know, if things got fucked like that here in America, you know, martial law would probably be a thing. The government would probably take over. If we had some sort of issue where there's like an invading force eating people, it'd probably be a thing. Just putting it out there. Let's move on to our next bit. Full Metal Alchemist, one of the most beloved animes of all time, is set in Amstris, a vaguely German-esque nation with, you guessed it, militaristic government. And it's, you know, that's not like the whole premise of Full Metal Alchemist. There's so much there.
Is that what you're saying?
Everything we see, everyone we meet, is caught up in a great unseen flow. But it's bigger than that. It's the entire world, the entire universe even. And compared to something as big as that, Al, you and I are tiny, not even the size of ants. We're only one small part within the much greater flow. Nothing more than a fraction of the whole. But by putting all those ones together, you get one great all, just like teacher said. The flow of this universe follows laws of such magnitude that you and I can't even imagine. The flow of this universe follows laws of such magnitude that you and I can't even imagine them. You have to understand that flow, deconstruct it, and then reconstruct it.
That's what alchemy is, brother.
You're right. But it's also what living is.
Like, there's so much philosophy in Full Metal Alchemist, but let's just focus on the fact that it has a militaristic government, and there's a guy called Fuhrer Bradley who has black hair, and yeah, it does have some sort of Nazi undertones, but I think they did that on fucking purpose to drive home genocide and how horrible war is, and, you know, fascist governments. Let's just pretend they made it to idolize these things and make them cool. The long-running series Gundam, known for constantly reinventing itself since the late 70s, almost always features an antagonistic sovereign state based on Jangoistic World War II era Germany. No?
What's real or fair or true, you really don't care, girl, now, do you?
I see what she's trying to go for here, but she doesn't know shit about Gundam. The colonies were oppressed by the Earth's Federation force. The colonies making food production and stuff because Earth couldn't sustain itself. Earth couldn't sustain the 2 billion people because it was so Earth was so destroyed by people living on it. Like, Gundam's actually really good. I read further on, but I had it. I just had it. It's just fucking anime, dude. You know? Just like video games are video games, but I swear to God, you know, you have these people running around kicking and screaming, oh, the breast physics in Soul Calibur is oppressive. And let me think, oh, because boobs, oh, fuck off. So some animated boobs shake around. Big fucking whoop. You gotta sit there and scream and press. You wanna get something done, go take your ass to the Middle East and bring about change there. Quit fucking with us. This article is pointless. I don't even see the point of it. I don't. I really don't. I have a strong feeling she didn't even really watch the animes that she pointed out to talk about the whole Nazi fascism obsession. And she watched a little bit of ACCA and was like, oh no, look at these uniforms. Oh, I'm so triggered. Nazis, I can't watch it. Turns it off. She probably had the same feeling with Full Metal Alchemist. She probably had the same feeling with Gundam. She's just like, oh, how could people watch this? Oh, it's so fascist. In the white mobile suit, of course it'd be the best one. It's white. Oh, God, no. I have to write an article. I have to tell the people. I have to... Thank God I spent all that time in gender studies. I can see these things that the average cretin can't. Good God. I can't even continue on with this. Because it's like I want to stop the video, but it's so stupid that I could walk around my apartment for the next hour talking to myself about how dumb what I just read was. How pointless it was. How little sense it made. It's almost like she was devoid of logic herself. Why even write this? The only thing it does is it makes people like me just feel like, why do you have a job again? Why is this called fangirls with a "gur" in it if you can barely stand someone wearing a goddamn bellhop suit? Does she freak out when she goes to like a hotel and if the bellhop suit looks a little too close to, like, I don't know, an English general from the 1700s? Does she flip out and start screaming, "Oh God, he looked like a colonizer. I was so afraid for my life. I'm Asian, you know. I was worried he'd try and force me to get tea." You know what? I'm the hell out of here. Because actually I'm sick. I was trying to burn some incense and sage smoke for good fortune and good luck and all other crap, because Lord knows I could use it. But I guess I inhaled too much of it, because I don't know what the hell I'm burning. This stuff looks like wrapped up newspaper. Oh, God. What have I done?
All you need is smiles. Lots and lots of smiley smiles. Your sweet pink mouth goes north, not south, and just smile. All you need is smiles. Hey, smile.